Hey now, say now. Welcome back to the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty. Season 2 picks up steam as the Cardinal head to the Midwest in an extremely hostile territory and a big-time rivalry matchup against the number 3 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Stanford is looking for their second rival victory this season, which should set them up with an impressive resume if they're able to continue to build on it and be able to compete for an ACC championship. They're going to have a tough road ahead, and it all starts right here as they travel to South Bend to take on their bitter rivals. Last season's matchup was close, but the turnovers ultimately doomed the Cardinal in the end as the Irish left with just a 5-point victory, making the series record 24-14. Action starts off, Notre Dame ball at the 45. CJ Carr's going to fake the handoff. He stands strong in the pocket and hits Jaden Greathouse across the middle on a tough catch. Cardinal gets them in a 3rd and 6 when Carr tries to pitch it to Jadarian Price. The ball falls to the ground, but the ref says it was a forward pass and it falls incomplete. This sets up a long field goal by kicker Marcelo Diombe, who hooks it to the left, and it falls no good. Notre Dame gets nothing on their opening drive. Michael Ford got the spotlight at the start of the Stanford drive after their brilliant game in the last episode. The offense is going to look to feed him early as he takes the handoff on 3rd and short. The hole opens up, and he darts through it for a nice pickup, extending the drive. He later then capped it off on the 1-yard line as he powers it in for a Stanford touchdown. Cardinals strike first on the road after a methodical drive. Stanford drive score now 7-3 in favor of the red team. Brown's going to drop back the pass, but he overthrows Caden High, and it's picked off by cornerback Dallas Golden. He's quickly taken down, but nice heads-up play to find the ball and haul it in by the defender. Irish drive down to the 5, and Carr's going to hit tight end James Flanagan open in the middle as the Irish score 6 off the turnover, and they take their first lead of the game midway through the second. Cardinal now trailing for the first time. Brown's going to take the snap. He looks for High again. He's on target, but this time High is taken down quickly, and he's shaken up on the play. We later find out he suffered a torn pectoral, which will cause him to miss the rest of the season. Stanford got nothing on the drive and halfback. Price takes it on 3rd and short and bursts through the hole. He could go all the way. Touchdown Irish on the huge 71-yard run by the star running back. Cardinal defense had bad gap discipline there, and he makes them play as they take a 17-7 lead late in the second. Cardinal looked to put together a 2-minute drive before the half. Brown's going to hit Cisse on a short catch and run, but he ends up taking a big hit and fumbles, and the Irish recover, getting the ball back for their offense. And they quickly pounce. Carr's going to take the snap from the 33. He drops back and throws a strike up the middle to Cam Williams, who powers his way through the end zone for an Irish touchdown, extending their lead 24-7. That score held going into the halftime break, and Jadarian Price got the spotlight after averaging a staggering 10 yards per carry, which ballooned by the long scoring run in the second. He will be the defensive focus for the Cardinal defense following the break, and we'll see if they'll be able to slow him down. Cardinal punted out of the break, but quickly forced a 3rd and short for the Irish. Ball on the 33, Carr takes the snap, tries to play fake, but the defense isn't fooled as Braden Marcel Olayinka comes through for the sack. That sack forced the punt, and the special teams comes through. Jordan Faison back to return it. He fielded at the 30. He darts up the middle, then quickly cuts to the outside. He sees the space. He cuts back inside, picks up the block, and he's able to take it all the way for a Cardinal touchdown. Punt return, an explosive play there as they get within one possession. Ensuing Notre Dame drive. Ball in the 35. Carr's going to try to play action again, and he's going to try to throw it quick, but it's picked off by linebacker Sam Mattingly. He returns it to the 28, and the Stanford defense comes up huge, setting up the offense with short field position. Stanford then looks to capitalize just a few plays later. Brown jogs back the pass, and he finds Faison short, who runs away from the defense, and he runs into the end zone for the game-tying touchdown. Faison has scored the last 14 points for the Stanford offense. Notre Dame reeling after the break. Carr's going to try to play action and roll to the right, but it's intercepted by Josiah Galvin. He picks it off and returns it back to the 23, and the Cardinal drive starts off at good field position just like the previous one. Following the interception, ball in the 12 now. Brown drops back to pass. He throws it quickly, and that's Jordan Faison up the middle this time as this drive ends just like the last one. Jordan Faison with the touchdown reception, and he scored the last 3 for the Cardinal offense. Fourth quarter now, Stanford lead by 10 when Galvin's now going to come home for a sack to add on to his interception. That made the 5th sack of the game for the Cardinal defense. Very next play, 2nd and 17. Carr's going to drop back to pass, and he throws it in a double coverage and is picked off for the 2nd time by Josiah Galvin, the 3rd of the day for the Cardinal defense. Stanford tacked on 7, extending their lead, but the Irish did not concede. Carr goes up top, and it's Jaden Greathouse who makes a great catch and runs it to the house. Touchdown Notre Dame with 4 to play. Later, the Irish got the ball all the way down to the 1-yard line with 22 seconds to play. Carr back to pass. He stands in the pocket and finds Price all alone in the end zone, scoring the touchdown to cut the lead to 3. Irish needed the onside kick to have a chance. It's dribbled and it's recovered by the kicking team. The kicker dribbles it right to Cisse, but he can't field it cleanly, and Notre Dame takes over possession. However, with just 2 seconds to play, all they had to do was line up for a Hail Mary here at ball at the 50. Carr's going to drop back the pass. He's going to throw it quickly. It's knocked down, and the Stanford Cardinal holds on to upset the Fighting Irish on the road, and they take home the Legends Trophy as Josiah Galvin takes home Player of the Game honors. He played out of his mind with 2 sacks and 2 picks on the day, making this the biggest win in the series so far. This huge victory resulted in the school being ranked for the first time in a dynasty, coming in at number 24 in the nation. After the huge victory, it was time to head back home, hopefully still focused on the task at hand and an ACC matchup against the NC State Wolfpack. They came in no slouch with a 4-1 record with their sole loss in conference. The Pack looking to ruin our 1-week parade and gain a game back in ACC play. Midway through the first, Brown's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw the ball short to Jalen Mbakwe, who takes a big hit. He holds on possession, but he ends up hurt on the play. This was critical as a few plays later, Brown's going to drop back to pass. He hits Faison in the corner in the end zone for a Cardinal touchdown. However, we learn Mbakwe fractured his foot on that play, and that injury would sideline him for the next couple weeks. Cardinals strike first, but get devastating news out of the first drive. Skip ahead to the second quarter. NC State quarterback C.J. Bailey fakes the handoff. He rolls left and dumps it to tight end Nate Kursky, who outruns the defense for a nice pickup. A few plays later, halfback Hollywood Smothers takes it in the end zone untouched, and the Pack get on the board with 6, making it 10-7 at this point. NC State ended up with the ball back late in the second quarter, facing a 3rd and long at the 17-yard line. Bailey's going to drop back as he takes the snap. He stands in the pocket and he throws a beautiful ball to the corner of the end zone, and it's caught. Great concentration by Tank Boston, who hauls it in and kept the 1 foot in bounds for a touchdown. Cardinal tried a late drive rally late before half. Brown's going to throw to the sideline, but it's undercut and picked off by star corner Brian Nelson II, and Stanford gets 0 going into the half. 14-10 was the score, and both passing offenses came out red hot. Efficient and often, both teams were on its way to big games, with the only thing separating them was that late interception thrown. Stanford ball out of the break. Ball in the 16. Brown's going to take the snap. He then going to dump it off short to Michael Ford, who outruns 2 defenders before cutting it inside, eventually making it to the end zone. Touchdown Cardinal as they jump back in front in the 3rd. The Pack don't falter though. Bailey takes the snap. He fakes the handoff, stands strong in the pocket, and throws it to a wide open Terrell Anderson, who is tackled down at the 4. 2 plays later, the 2nd and goal. Smothers totes the rock, and he's going to walk into the end zone easily. Pack strike back with 6 to take the lead back. And this is where things start to unravel for the Cardinal. Brown's going to try another sideline throw, but it's undercut and picked off by corner Ian Omenahu, who's able to turn it upfield, eventually tackled inside the 40. Great instincts by the corner to take it the other way. NC State looks to quickly take advantage. Bailey's going to drop back on third down and take Boston. Goes up and over corner. Max Tucker for the touchdown. Wolfpack take the 2-touchdown lead. Following Cardinal possession, now reeling after the quick scores. Brown drops back to pass. He's going to look to the outside. And again, Ian O'Manahu reads him like a book for back-to-back picks after clamping wide receiver number 1, Jordan Faison. Cardinal defense holds, but Brown didn't have much confidence as he drops back to pass. He's going to look for Faison on the corner and throws his 4th pick of the game. This time, corner Jackson Vick makes a great sideline catch to take it away. The turnovers doom the Cardinal as the NC State Wolfpack came into Stanford, California, and they end up holding on, upsetting them on the road 31-17. Disappointing loss for the Stanford Cardinal after the great win over a rival. This team must now regroup and stay positive going into the upcoming weeks. Thanks you all for tuning in. Please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.